Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and we have the best show for you today. And we're going to start off with one of our very favorite guests, Amy Sprinkles.
Hello, hi. I'm so glad to be here.
We're so glad to have you, Amy Sprinkles. Amy, tell our viewers what your official title is with the City of Grand Prairie.
And other duties as a sign director.
Right.
I'm the Communications, Marketing, and Libraries Director.
Yes, and you do a fabulous job of that. And you are involved in so many wonderful activities in the city, and we appreciate you so much. But today, you're going to recap something that happened this last weekend.
Yes.
And it's so exciting. Tell us about the big event.
We had a great big event this year. You know, last year in 2020, we had to cancel because of the pandemic.
Yes.
And we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it this year, so we waited really late before we said yes, which meant we didn't do it until April 24th, about a month later than normal. Normally we're the third weekend in March. But the weather was gorgeous for us. We did it on a short turnaround and on a smaller scale because of the pandemic. We only accepted teams, not individuals, because we were very reluctant to pair individuals with other groups if they didn't know each other.
Right.
And, you know, they have to
Just
socially
for
distance
safety.
and wear a mask. Yeah, so we accepted teams, and of course we opened up our jobs portal, and you know, we got more than 650 volunteers, all on teams of 10, and 60 jobs. So more than 600 volunteers tackled 60 jobs. Normally before the pandemic, we did 2,000 volunteers on about 120 jobs. So we're about half.
Yes.
Which is where we wanted to be.
Right.
We would rather have a smooth and safe event than a ginormous event and put anybody at risk.
Right. But with over 600 volunteers, that's still a big event in Grand Prairie.
It was big. We had some great turnout from some of our larger churches were really good. Calvary Baptist and Bon Air teamed up. They brought out 70 people. They had 7 teams. And at the end of the day, they were all on one job because it got bigger and bigger and bigger the further we got into it. So as they finished theirs up, they all converged onto one and finished that one up for us. Church of Latter-day Saints brought 50 people. That was awesome. And Cross Point Church of Christ, your church, brought 30, brought 3 teams. And First Baptist brought 2 teams. So that was wonderful to have multiple teams from different organizations. As one of them finished up at a site, they could go and help their compatriots at their other sites.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it made such a difference to the people who received that blessing, didn't it?
It is, and let's just talk about that really quickly. So the big event is a one-day volunteer, neighbor helping neighbor, unity in the community event where volunteers help homeowners with projects outside. So we don't go in homes, we don't paint homes, but we do a lot of yard work, a lot of cleaning up, spring cleaning, that kind of thing. And we painted a fence this time, we painted a garage door, we did a little painting, but we don't paint houses. I do have to make that because people do ask for that. We cleaned gutters this time.
Right.
We have a great group from Dallas County, one of their roads and bridges crew, and we love them. And they were able to trim a tree for us, which is not something just anybody can do.
Yes.
And then the thing that people don't, all the staging that goes in advance. Now, what we didn't say is this woman is chairperson of the big event, so she knows all the behind the scenes stuff. But so the big giant jobs, we have to prepare for them. We have to make plans to haul away the trash and recycle the tires and pick up the appliances. So there's a lot of, if there's household hazardous waste, it has to be picked up. So there's all sorts of stuff in the background, and then Republic Disposal makes a special run for us on Saturday of the big event to go by all of the big event locations and pick up what's on the curb.
And that's a big job.
That is a huge
And they
job
donate
for them.
their time
They donate
to do
their
that.
time. Everybody that works at the big event donates their time.
Yes, it is an amazing thing, and I may be the chairperson with the idea, but the people who make it happen are the committee people, and then of course the volunteers. Tell us, did you have a pretty good committee on this?
Excellent committee, excellent. All I do is take the jobs. I just take the jobs.
That is so not true. That is on film, but it is so not true. She does so much, and Sarah as
Sarah
well.
Dedelic at our Tourist Center, who will be a guest today on a
Yes.
different topic. She handles getting all of the volunteers and the packet pickup and coordinating all of that. We match the jobs together. Our Parks Department's involved.
Yes.
To kind of pull everything, all the many pieces together. Solid Waste is involved, police, parks, gosh, housing and code vet all the jobs. So they go out in advance and take a look at the job, take pictures, talk to the homeowner, make sure we understand the scope of what we're going to tackle.
Yes, and our fearless leader, Cheryl DeLeon.
Cheryl DeLeon is our fearless leader. She's our deputy city manager, and she
Yes.
just loves doing this. She was so much fun to have and brought some new fun ideas and a new energy to the group. So it was great to have
Yes.
her involved too.
It is an event that requires passion, and I think we had a very passionate committee and participants as well.
Yes, yes, we did. So if anyone wants to see what we did, we've got lots of great photos, and it's on our website. You can go to gptx.org/big event. And we have some great photos online that people can view, so they can kind of see what everybody was doing. I got smart this year and I voluntold some of our employees who are really good photographers that they were going to take pictures this year. And so that having multiple arms of photography out there, as well as the pictures that the volunteers actually sent us from their
Yes.
jobs. Really, we've got a great portfolio of photos now.
Because it covers the whole city, the whole city.
It takes a lot of people.
And our city departments were very good to step up and help.
Oh
too,
my
weren't they?
goodness, yes. Our housing department, bless their heart, Esther Coleman leads them, and every year we give them a difficult job because they know how to get it done.
Yes, yes, and HR
HR
participated.
and CMO and finance and budget. So, and we've got some other ones, streets and parks had a team this year. So we had a lot of city departments working on site,
Yes.
as well as working behind the scenes.
So it brings us together in many ways, doesn't
Yes.
it? It does, to accomplish a common goal of helping others, being good neighbors, loving our neighbors. And I think that's very rewarding.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very nice to do something for someone who doesn't have the means or the ability. A lot of the folks we help may be disabled and simply not able to do that level of work and may not have the means to have it done by hiring someone. So this solves a problem for them that they've struggled with, which is great. It's a very fulfilling day.
It is. And Amy, if someone wants to be involved next year, when should they start looking for information and where?
We will open the portal for jobs and volunteers in January 2022. So start looking on our website at that web address, gptx.org/big event, and you'll see a jobs and a volunteers and a sponsor border. We don't spend city money on this either.
Right.
It's all driven by sponsorship. So anyone, a lot of our local businesses are very, very kind and generous to help us pull the whole thing together and equip everybody with trash bags and work gloves and just hand sanitizer and refreshments and water and some energy bars, some things that they might need during their morning.
Yes. Amy, thank you for this wonderful recap. It's a great way to start our show this morning.
Thank you. If y'all didn't enjoy the big event in April, look forward to it next year and see what we did online this year.
Yes. And thank you for being such a great contributor to the city of Grand Prairie and to all the different branches that you touch.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll be right back.
The City of Grand Prairie offers Alert GP, a high-speed communication service for emergency notifications. Receive alerts from the Grand Prairie Emergency Management Team by going to the city's website and following the sign-up instructions. Alert GP can notify a lot of people in a short time. It targets the entire city or specific areas where critical community alerts are necessary. If we can't reach you, we can't alert you. Visit gptx.org/alertgp and sign up today.
Welcome back and welcome to our next guest, Ray Kunzi from our fabulous Grand Prairie Farmers Market.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to see you, and it's great to be here.
It's great to have you, and I know our citizens of Grand Prairie are excited to have the farmers market open again.
It is just a delight. It's a little family reunion every Saturday, and they were just, pandemic created such a demand, and they're just thrilled to get back out and come back and see the market one more time.
Yes, and actually, Ray, some people don't know about the farmers market. I can't believe they're missing out on something fabulous, but where is it, and what are your hours there?
We are at 120 West Main, and we're there every Saturday from 8 to 1, all the way from here to we're closed Thanksgiving weekend, and then we're here the first 2 weekends in December as well. So we've got a long run this year.
Oh, that is so perfect for people who love to come by local and fresh veggies. And what else do you have to offer up there?
Oh, we've got a great collection of vendors, and we've got honey, and we've got baked goods, and we've got all kinds of canned goods. We've got spices, we've got tamales, we've got a new egg roll vendor that's come out this year that's really being well received. Got a lady that brings meat pies. It's such an interesting collection that you can come out and check out some things, and I just want you to come out and fall in love with something.
Oh, yes. And if I want to come, say if I want to come early and have breakfast there, or if I get there late to have lunch, do you have anything there on the spot for us?
Absolutely. I've got a vendor there that'll sell you a custom-made breakfast sandwich, or he does pigs in a blanket, and if you come a little bit later, he makes great barbecue.
Yes, and you have some great tables out there, outdoors, where people can be socially distanced.
Absolutely. And we're keeping things on a very safe, very conscious level, that not too crowded, and just to make everybody comfortable. The employees are all required to wear masks. The vendors are encouraged to wear masks, and we're encouraging the customers to wear masks as often as they're comfortable with. We just want to make it a comfortable and fun experience.
Yes, it is an experience when you go to farmers market. You get to shop, you get to visit with people, and I know you have some special activities or events planned.
Well, our special events team is working hard. We're going to bring back 2 crowd favorites this year. First is going to be the Crawfish Festival. That'll be in early June.
Oh, great.
And then the Hatch Chili Festival in August, and those are always a great time.
Yes, and you provide the crawfish for people to enjoy while they're there, and do people come and actually take it home, buy it to go, or whatever?
Well, I think you can do both. The fun part for me is it'll be set up, there'll be tables, and it'll be set up, you buy it, and you just eat it.
Yes.
It's an event. You come out, enjoy the morning, do a little bit of shopping at the farmer's market, and then enjoy your fresh, boiled on-site crawfish.
And that's sometime in June,
That's
correct?
going to be the second weekend in June.
And then the other one, what is it?
It's going to be, the Hatch Chili Festival will be the middle of August. I'm not 100% sure on that date.
And the whole surrounding area always smells delicious that day.
Absolutely. Within 3 blocks, you can just follow your nose. You're not going to miss it.
Yes. And well, we have those 2 very special events. Will anything else be happening up there?
Well, this year we're also going to, we're bringing back some live music and some live performances on the stage and on the plaza there. Just again, to try to take little baby steps to, I can't say we'll go back to whatever normal means, but we're getting there. We're working in the right direction, and people are so excited to just get out and enjoy. Come spend the morning. Come see us. We're there. I guarantee you'll find something that you can't live without.
Yes, I know you have some fabulous vendors there. And is Susan going to be back this year with her little corner?
Yep, Miss Susan's there, and she's doing great. We've got a lot of the returning vendors that basically everybody, the ones that you fell in love with before, and now we get some opportunities to come out and try some new things as well. You're gonna find some things that you really like.
Yes, and it's not all food, correct? You
No.
have some arts
Yeah,
and crafts?
This year we've expanded. Last year with the COVID, we kept it very contained. And as this year goes forward, we're allowing a few arts and crafts vendors to come back. So it's really adding to the feel of a bazaar. You've got the sights and sounds and smells. It's just a great place to come out and meet new friends, find some old friends, and just enjoy your morning.
Yes, it is a great place to go, and I'm so glad that you're going to be back even better than last year.
We are headed in that direction, and sometime middle of the year we'll start the annual farmers market vote, and we are the defending best farmers market in Texas. So we're going to see if we can keep that tradition going as well.
Yes, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because even though we don't want to brag too much, that gives us some bragging rights, doesn't it?
I will
think
say
so.
I'll take the bragging rights, and part of it driving the other local farmers markets nuts. That doesn't hurt either. So
That's right.
you know,
That's
it's Grand Prairie.
excellent. It is Grand Prairie, and
Got to
we're
have
proud of
something to
that.
brag about. May as well.
Well, we're so happy that you're open again and that we can get back together at Farmers Market, Ray.
Absolutely. It seemed like a long gap. We were open, but it didn't have the same feel. But now the doors are opening a little wider. Things are a little bit easier, and the smiles are a little bit brighter. So
Yes, that makes it worthwhile, doesn't
absolutely.
it? Thank you so much, Ray. I'm looking forward to seeing you
Well, and I'll look forward to seeing you come out anytime, Georgia.
Saturdays at Farmers Market.
8 to 1.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
And we'll be right back.
Grand Prairie, it's time to bag the bag and grab the bin. The city is no longer collecting recycled items in plastic bags because plastic bags damage processing equipment. Instead, use your recycling bin to hold items for pickup. And remember, only glass bottles and jars, metal cans, and paper products are okay. For more information, please visit gptx.org/recycling.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next guest, Miss Sarah Dadulik. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad you are here today, and you have some things to tell us. First, tell our viewers what your job is with the City of Grand Prairie.
Yes, so we have Grand Prairie Tourist Information Center, which we're located right up there by Lone Star Park, and I'm the supervisor there. So I have the best job in the city, if you ask me, getting to
yes.
visit with our visitors and guests coming to Grand Prairie and to market and get people here. So
Yes, and you have wonderful volunteers that help you up there too, don't you?
I do. Yes, ma'am.
That makes it so nice. Now, Sarah, you're one of those fabulous people in Grand Prairie who's very organized, who knows how to do so many things, so talented and creative, and everybody wants you on their committee. So I know you're busy with a lot of things. Today, we're going to focus on Lifeline for families, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so privileged and honored to be a part of this group because this is Lifeline for Families is very much near and dear, to my heart. And so to be a part of this group and to help with their events is just great.
And for those who don't know, what is the mission for Lifeline?
So Lifeline's mission is to help reduce homelessness among students that are involved that go to GPISD. So it was founded back in 2003 by Angela Gessner, and what it amounted to is she actually saw a kid behind an alley in a nearby grocery store that was their home. And so she started digging, getting some community people together like yourself, and discovered that at that time there was about 1,200 students in the school district that didn't have a home, whether they were between homes or they'd lost their home. And it was just a situation that, needed to be fixed in some way. And so she founded Lifeline for Families, and so it's not a shelter. Like, they don't put up, they don't have housing facilities, but they're able to provide financial assistance for a period of time to families to get them in, maybe it's a temporary thing at a hotel or at an apartment. Yes, affordable housing. And so it greatly, it helps a audience in Grand Prairie that is children. And so who wouldn't want to help the kids? And so that's what Lifeline does.
Isn't that the truth? And such a mission and such a wonderful community. When they heard the need, they responded. And I love that about our city, that when there is a need like that, they respond in a big way, and they have certainly been great for Lifeline.
Yes, there's lots of people in this community that have a heart for children, for sure.
Well, tell us, we know that takes funds to be able to help the kids and families. What's coming up?
Yes, so this is, we're super excited to be able to bring back Freedom Luncheon, which is Lifeline's largest fundraiser that we do each year. And due to COVID, we weren't able to do it this last year. And so we've really missed out on that, fundraising, and in order to further our mission. And so on June 16th, it's a Wednesday this year, we'll be presenting Freedom Lunch at the Ruthie Jackson Center at 11 o'clock. So it's a great luncheon. It's a huge fundraiser for Lifeline, and we just encourage everyone to participate in some way.
Right, and it's so much more than a luncheon too, isn't it, Sarah? Because we have a great auction, silent and audible. And Jeff Copeland is always our entertainment as the auctioneer.
Yes, our extraordinaire auctioneer, for sure. There's always a show and some laughter involved there. So basically, if you come to the lunch, you're right. It's a fabulous silent auction. We usually have around 125, 150 really great items, but then we also have a super live auction. But then also you can buy raffle tickets for a chance to win a $500 money tree.
Yes. So, and they can do, they can do all of that online now, can't they?
Yes. So if you go to the website, which is lifelineforfamilies.org, they've really improved the website this year, and you can purchase all of your tickets online. There's sponsorship opportunities. You can even, if you're interested, if any of our guests would like to provide an auction item to be auctioned off at the event in the silent auction, we're accepting those as well. And all of that information can be found on the website.
And Sarah, you don't do this all by yourself. Susan Hart helps you with the auction as well as her committee.
Yes.
So y'all are working really hard now together. Fabulous items for that, aren't you?
Yes, we have an excellent committee, and it's just so great how everybody is, everybody has connections to somebody, and it's exciting that people are always willing to donate and always willing to help, especially when they hear of what a great organization it is and the cause that this raises funds for. And so we get a lot of different items. This year especially, we're excited. Some of the auction items that we have already in the bag for this year is, chicken and pickle will be opening up hopefully at the end of the year, weather permitting and construction and all, but they've donated a private party for 12, so that's a fun item. We also have dinner for 8 at Firehouse Gastro Park with a little bit of Hollywood flair, and I'm not going to give out the secrets for that one, but that's going to be a great item. We've got some trips, Riodoso Cabin in New Mexico, an opportunity to bid on to golf with the mayor, lots of home decor experiences, just jewelry, a whole lot of different options and items up for bid.
If someone has something they'd like to donate to that, or a sponsorship or anything, could they drop it by your place, or how would that work, Sarah?
Yes, so our conference room basically turns into the Lifeline, Freedom Lunch drop-off center now through the event. And so, yeah, absolutely. If somebody would like to donate or have any questions or anything, feel free to give us a call at the Tourist Information Center. But everything can be found on the website as far as all the different sponsorship opportunities and everything at lifelineforfamilies.org.
And those who may not know where the Tourist Information Center is, it's right by Lone Star Park, isn't it?
It is. We're located at 2170 North Beltline, so we're just north of 30 on Beltline, and we're right at the corner of Gate 1 and Beltline as you enter into Lone Star Park. So we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, so feel free to stop in anytime.
Right, and as you said, the website's available for purchasing a table or sponsorships or individual tickets?
Yes, yes. So we've got sponsorships everywhere from $5,000 all the way down to $250,000. Plus, you can then have the option to purchase just a table without the sponsorship options. Individual tickets are $30. However, I will say that this year's seating is very limited, just because we're trying to do the social distance thing and take in CDC recommendations and all of that. So I would encourage anybody that's interested in attending or supporting the event to go ahead and make those reservations now.
Right, and that is something that we do need to let them know. It is a reservation-only event.
Yes.
And the sooner the better.
Yes.
Just to make sure.
Yes.
Well, this sounds so exciting, Sarah. Remind us the date again, and I believe it's for individual tickets. It's $30, isn't that correct?
Yes, individual seats are $30, and like I said, we've got sponsorships all the way up, so very affordable depending on what route you want to go. The date this year is Wednesday, June 16th, and it will take place at the Ruthie Jackson Center. But like you said, it's reservation only, just because we do seating charts and all of that to make sure we have plenty of space available for all of our guests. So make sure that you register soon.
And it's always a good lunch from Edelman's.
It
correct?
is. Edelman's Barbecue will be doing our lunch, and so he's always great. Always has a wonderful menu and crowd pleaser, crowd favorite for sure.
Yes, and it's one of the most fun events in Grand Prairie. So I'm so glad that we got to return to that this year.
Yes, me too. It's, Lifeline, especially during the pandemic and everything, really helped a lot of families this year, but that fundraising needed to start taking place in order to keep that mission going. So we're excited that getting to do it again this year.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sarah, for all this wonderful information and for all that you do, not only for the city, but for Lifeline and other organizations. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. And thank you for joining us today for this great show. I'm Georgia Clemson, reminding you, as always, it's happening in Grand Prairie.